From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Canada's premiers will sit down for the third and final day of their gathering in Ontario's cottage country. The premiers welcomed Prime Minister Mark Carney to their resort setting yesterday. They discussed the ongoing trade war with U.S. President Donald Trump and his looming August 1st deadline for tariffs. Carney, meanwhile, will travel in the Northwest Territories. Today, he'll stop in the town where he was born, in Fort Smith. Residents of an upstate New York town have held a candlelight vigil for a Montreal girl whose body was found in their community on Sunday. Ticonderoga resident Bridget Cruz helped organize the sunset tribute to 9-year-old Molina Futoen and says her heart is shattered for the little girl's mother.
She was supposed to be taken care of, and I can't fathom as a mother the pain that she's enduring and her heart and the suffering. I mean, it truly is a tragedy, just not for this town, but 2 nations.
The girl was found dead in a shallow pond in the town north of Albany Sunday. Her 45-year-old father, Luciano Fratolen of Montreal, has pleaded not guilty to charges of second-degree murder and the concealment of a body. The sentencing hearing begins today in Ottawa for Freedom Convoy leaders Tamara Leach and Chris Barber.
The Crown wants a 7-year prison sentence for Leach and 8 years for Barber. They were both convicted of mischief back in April, but Barber was also convicted of disobeying a court order by encouraging convoy participants to keep honking truck horns. The Freedom Convoy was in protest of COVID-19 public health measures. It saw hundreds of trucks and thousands of people occupy the streets of downtown Ottawa for 3 weeks in the winter of 2022, until the federal government invoked the Emergencies Act. Jason White, The Canadian Press.
The man accused of plowing a vehicle through a crowd at a Vancouver street festival in April faces 3 more charges of second-degree murder. That means Adam Kai Ji Lau now faces 11 murder charges, 1 for each person who died in the attack at that Filipino festival. A London, Ontario judge will soon rule on a sexual assault case that put sports culture under a national microscope and sparked a new wave of conversations about consent. The judge is set to rule tomorrow on whether the actions of 5 hockey players inside a London hotel room 7 years ago constituted sexual assault. As Canadian Press reporter Paula Larigio explains, the court will get to hear more information than it might have otherwise.
We'll get to hear not only the ruling, the decision, but also the judge's reasons for her findings, which we would not be getting if this was still a jury trial as it began.
The months-long trial saw challenges and setbacks almost as soon as it began, including a mistrial in the first few days and a sudden switch from a jury to judge-alone proceedings. And a doctor charged with giving American-Canadian actor Matthew Perry ketamine in the weeks leading up to the Friends star's overdose death is expected to plead guilty in Los Angeles today to 4 counts of distribution of the drug. Dr. Salvador Placentia would be the 4th to reach a plea deal among the 5 people charged in Perry's 2023 death. A co-defendant claimed Placentia in a text message called Perry a moron who could be exploited for money. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Blue Jays saw their franchise-best 11-game home winning streak snap last night with a 5-4 loss to the visiting New York Yankees at Rogers Centre. Ben Rice won it with a game-clinching homer in the 9th inning. Starting pitcher Max Scherzer took full responsibility for the L. He said although Toronto rallied to tie the game at 4, it was on him that the Blue Jays were in that hole in the first place.
The rest of the team did their job, so we're a great team. They're a great team. These are fun series to be in.
The rubber match goes tonight with the Blue Jays still holding a 3-game lead over the Yankees in the AL East. Canadian tennis star Felix Auger-Aliassime threw out the opening pitch at Rogers Centre. He says he feels for Canadian tennis fans who are disappointed by the withdrawals of big-name players from the upcoming National Bank Open. Top-ranked Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz, and Novak Djokovic have all pulled out from the tournament that starts Saturday in Toronto. Montreal will be welcoming the women's event. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.